Hello, everyone's. I am here for Married to Medicine Season 7, the reunion part 1. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you're a family member, one of my peoples, oh, welcome back. So, all the ladies get there. It's really weird that Simone and Jackie are not sharing a room since they have done that the last 6 reunions, so we know something is amiss. First thing they speak of is Quad and her divorce. She and Greg, they're divorced. She not speaking to him. He not speaking to her. And that is how they're liking it. I don't know why my bra wants to make an appearance, but it does. Anyway, Simone steps in and says that she and Cecil, they see Greg a lot. And they had a double date with him and his new attractive girlfriend. But he does talk about his love for Quad all the time, even though he was in a relationship. He is in a relationship currently, and how he was out here cheating, alleged to have been cheated on Quad while they were married. So all this, he still got love for her. I don't know. Now, Andy asks, do you find it weird? Are you a little upset that Simone and Cecil are out here, hanging out with Greg? And she was like, no, because they were friends. And I would almost be side-eyeing y'all and seeing what kind of character you are as a person if you just cut him off once we were divorced. And I was like, thank you. I feel the same way. Like, you want me to choose when y'all both my friends and I'm supposed to choose this friend over this friend regardless who was wrong or who was right or whether it was amicable or not. Why am I choosing friendships? Like, no. If they want to hang out with Greg, that is a business, because at the end of the day, they had become friends with Greg. So why would I expect them to not be friends with him now because we're not married anymore? Now we have to bring up how Contessa's always talking about and, counting Toya's money and how she spends things. And I, too, have been guilty of that as well. But how you talking about her all these parties she be doing when you done went out here and spent $15,000 on a birthday party? Now, I can see where Contessa came from because she missed all 3 of her kids' birthday when she was out of town. So the $15,000 wasn't just for one birthday. It was a birthday for all 3 of the children. So that's $5,000 for each child spending on a birthday. But the thing is, again, I'm trying not to count people's money, but I had not heard of, Contessa and Scott, owing money to the IRS. I have not heard that, but it seemed like soon as Toya and Eugene paid off their IRS debt, it was like, bam, let's go have a party to spend some money. And it was like, is that the right thing you should be doing? Maybe we should put this in the bank. Maybe we should put this in some savings, something like that can grow over time instead of just throwing this out for a party. Now they speak of was heavily hating on Toya's new house, because she seen that Toya had her a 2-story closet, so she ran out there and got herself a 3-story closet, like, I'm a one-up you out here and all these other things. And she was saying how Toya had to beg, borrow, and steal to get her house and all these things. I'm like, okay, like, really? Like, all right. And she's saying how Toya was making like it was a big accomplishment for her to build, to buy a new house. And it wasn't like her buying a new house. Like, she and Eugene built a house from the ground up. Sorry about that. Not too many people can say that they went and bought a plot of land, had a design, and had the house built from the ground up. It's one thing for, okay, I see a house, I like it, I buy it. But you picking a land that nobody has ever lived on. Okay, I want my house here, and getting it built. That is an accomplishment. So I don't know what Heavenly was talking about, so that's not a big accomplishment. She over here, what is it, beg, borrowed, and stole money for get this house. I'm like, really? And then at one point, Heavenly was like jumping in Jackie's defense. I was like, let Jackie speak for herself. Why are you over here jumping in when nobody's talking to you? And then Buffy said something about Heavenly's teeth being dentures, and I was like, now I know I don't have the best teeth. I need to get some work done, but I did notice that Heavenly's teeth, something was off about them. I didn't know they were dentures. I didn't know if they were veneers. Then she get to calling Buffy fat, and I'm like, remember, it was just you a few years ago that had a little more weight on you. and you was upset that Jackie was calling you overweight and fat, but here you are, you done lost a few pounds, and you think it's all right for you to call Buffy fat? Like, really, Buffy is happy in the skin that she is. She is happy in all the, the weight she has. Like, I'm happy with my weight too. I just wish my stomach would go down. I don't know why. Maybe if I did some crunches or something like that, it would go down, but my stomach just refuses to go down. If only the fat from my stomach can go to my behind, I would be happy. But it won't. So, okay, now y'all, I don't know if it's heavenly that she's so quick to say what's at the top of her, like at the top of her head with the quickness, and no matter how mean it was, but like you be doing the most. You quick to say somebody's mama, this, that, and the third. Buffy goes on to say that how she was hurt by Jackie's statement and all that stuff, and it's like Jackie's like, I apologize, I didn't mean make your hurtness my hurtness. I don't know why this bra wants to make an appearance, but it does. It wants to be like, hey y'all, how y'all doing? No, it's not your time, bra. But anyways, she was saying how it was a struggle for her, and she was reliving those struggles that she had buried deep down inside, but she's getting over that. Her husband, he didn't want to adopt. He wanted to have, biological children. It's just that she didn't want to go through the surrogacy because she wanted the closeness of, having a baby in her belly, growing in that. But once she saw Andy and his husband going through surrogacy, Gabrielle Union went to surrogacy, Candy's going through surrogacy, she's like, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to go through surrogacy and I want to have my baby. I was like, okay, Bubby, that is good. And then Dr. Jackie, she is right there because she is opening up her own surrogacy agency to help people who cannot carry or cannot conceive naturally be able to, have a baby, their own biological baby. So I was like, all right, that's good. That's good, Jackie. Simone is saying how her and Jackie's friendship, it shifted. They used to go like at least twice a year, get together and get to study and all those things, but like things changed. And it's like, it kind of like since Jackie and Heavenly have become cool, that thing shifted. It's like, how you gonna be friends with this woman who is talking about my husband like a dog? And how can you be friends with her? Therefore, I can't be friends with you. She said that at first, and when she was in her dressing room, like, who would you want to be best friends with, me or Heavenly? But then she get on stage and it's like, I don't care who they friends with. But I was like, that's what it seems like. You do care about their friendship together. And I don't know if you feel left out or is it the sole purpose of the way she be talking about your husband. Now, Heavenly is talking about, we talk about Mariah and this whole, the drug test that she did. She said that Mariah could have gotten some hair, her weave, glued it down really, really good. And the person who was doing the test could have. Somebody calling for the person who had this phone number before me. I am always getting that phone number. But I'm always getting called from somebody looking for this person. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. Where was I? Okay. Mariah could have taken her weave, had it glued down very, very well, so as that the person who was administering the drug test would have been none the wiser. But I was like, okay, let's say, what you're saying is she went and got some hair and glued it down. But what if the person whose hair she got it from was on drugs? Did she have to go and buy several bundles or however it is with hair and get them all tested to see which one comes out positive so that when she does do this test, it would be like, bam, you have not done drugs. Is that what you're saying, Heavenly? Like the girl went on there, cut the hair out, did all those things. Had somebody there with her. Got it all on tape, but you still saying that, she could have just glued it down really well. I was like, okay, this what you saying? Okay. Now, Quad's saying when she seen Mariah allegedly, snorting cocaine, if you will, that when Mariah started, I was like, oh, good girl. I was just trying to make sure that you was a true friend. Like, I did this in front of you so I could see if you was really a good friend. I was like, that don't really sound right. But then Mariah was like, okay, you saying this. But you also did an article where you said I came to work with cocaine on my nose. And the producers were fearful for me and my children's safety. Producers, Do you guys remember any of this happening? Andy, do you remember this happening? You don't? Because it didn't happen because she lied. And my thing is, if you knew about this, why did you wait like, what, 10 years before you brought this up? You and Mariah haven't been cool since season 1. You could have brought this up after about the time. You could have been like, that's why you over doing cocaine. Anything, but you didn't. Now, they asked her, why was you so upset with Jackie and not Quiet? She's like, this is what Quiet does. She lies. But I held Jackie at a higher standard. And it would be different if she had gone on there and said that Mariah's alleged drug use. But she went on there and said it like it was the truth. Now, in Jackie's offense, she did say, you know, Mariah doing drugs, whether it was true or not. But they cut that true or not out, and so all the people saw was Mariah doing drugs, and that's what stuck in their head. Yeah, now we see what the whole clip said, but like a lot of people, they're gonna go by what they see, and you know, with editing, they can make you look good or you can make you look bad, and it made it seem like Jackie was like, yeah, she was doing drugs, this, that, and the third, and that's why she was mad at Jackie. Now, this whole bit about Quad sleeping with Lake's husband, I just want to know, like, why was y'all fighting? Why did y'all get into a fight and police were called? What happened to cause y'all get into a fight? Another thing is, like, we know, try to put bygones by bygones, and that's why we was in your wedding. That's why my son was a ring bearer. That's why my daughter was a flower girl. This, that, the third. I thought it was gonna be Mariah did not know about this until afterwards. But that seems kind of fishy. But the bottom line is, no one in the group believed Mariah was doing drugs, and nobody in the group believed that Quad slept with Lake's husband. Now, y'all, once the lady was in the back, I don't know what was said, and I had to have rewound like 8 to 10 times, but I do know Simone said that Damon was getting drunk with somebody all the time. Now, if y'all caught what she said, because I had closed caption on and everything, and I still did not catch who she said that Damon was out here getting drunk with on several occasions. So if y'all know, drop it in the comments below. So I would suggest, if I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and y'all can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're returning, you a family member, one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. And this is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.